Clearly, it wasn't that women hadn't been in history or hadn't done anything. It was that we were really just covering it up and not telling these stories and important contributions of women.
You know about Paul Revere, the man who's infamous for saying that the British are coming. But do you know about Sybil Ludington, the 16-year-old girl who rode horseback alone over 40 miles overnight to deliver the same exact message? In 1974, Anthony Hewish received the Nobel Prize in Physics for the discovery of pulsars. But did you know that the discovery was actually made by astronomer Jocelyn Bell Burnell, but she was never given credit or a Nobel Prize for her work? The discovery of the structure of DNA is often accredited to Watson and Crick, but did you know that the work was actually stolen from English crystallographer and chemist Rosalind Franklin? If you know anything about computers, you've probably heard that Charles Babbage is the father of computing, but have you heard about his colleague, Ada Lovelace, who was actually the first computer programmer?
I realized, from a younger age that women were really missing from our textbooks. Being a woman and a woman of color myself, I realized that there was clearly a very large lack of education about how important women's rights and women's voices were, and that was obviously causing, these greater manifestations of sexism and just degrading women in our society. And so I realized that as a student, I really wanted to, speak out and try to fight for gender equality, but from some of the roots of the problem with education. And that's kind of when I got into this angle of bringing writing women's history back into our curriculums. I think at the beginning, there was a lot of hesitancy and negativity towards it. I think we still get that. There's just overall a lot of backlash. People were very, very hesitant towards the idea of needing women's history in our curriculums or needing more. Other than those 4 staple names that, we learned throughout elementary school and middle school, people were kind of having negative reactions about wanting to add more. But then I think as we moved on and actually began working on, integrating more women's history and providing those resources, it became much more positive and people were much more, trusting of the initiative. A lot of what I had been learning at home really played a big role in what I realized I needed to be learning at school. Specifically, my mom, we're all like an Indian family. My mom is an Indian immigrant and I'm first generation. And so I've grown up in this amazing culture and learning about the important stories of Indian women. And my mom being one of the biggest inspirations in my life as well, I realized how big of a role women have always played in history. I'm really excited that, future generations will hopefully get to learn about these women, but I'm also sad that I didn't. But also at the same time, it's like I get the chance to help out.